Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of my FIFA 14 career with Dundee United. I found a few players off recording who I'm going to inquire and scout about. I'm not going to show you them until they come up, as it just saves time and hassle. There are a few decent ones. The main one is Adam Campbell, who apparently only has 11 months left on his contract with Newcastle, and I believe he goes to about an 80 overall. So there is one we're looking to get. There are, as you can see here, we have 5 of them straight away. Ruben Blanco is a young keeper from Celta Vigo who we may look to try and bring in. He gets to, I think it's an 80 overall. So there is him. There was this guy, Luca Lazzarini from Fiorentina, but he's recently joined, so we can't have him. Lopez from Man City, they want 1.1 million for him. Jamal Lascelles, a centre-back from Forest, is another one, and I've also been cheeky and thought I could try and get Nathan Ake in, as he's pretty young, and I would have liked to bring him in. So I'm going to try and get this Lascelles in, but I'm only going to offer 500,000 for him. I'm going to see what they say to that. They'll probably say no, but I just don't want to spend all of my money in one go. If I have to, I have to. There are players I would like to bring in. I do have the option to obviously have a look at the free agent. Sorry, we do have this guy Tyler Harvey from Plymouth. He is really young, but he's set to get to 78, 79, 325,000 they've said for him, but he's got less than a year on his contract, so I'm going to go in with a £200,000 bid for him and just see what they say to that. But this guy Adam Campbell could be the one who I want to bring in. 350,000 they've said for Adam Campbell. I'm going to go 300 and see what they say to that, as it's he's got less than a year on his contract, so if we can get him in for a little bit cheaper than what they're actually asking, that would be quite nice. Colo have said no to the offer I put in for Hardy Cavero. I did put an offer in for him off recording. This guy is a really good potential. He's currently rated, I believe, around 50, but he gets to 78. He's only 15 years old as well. They're set at 275,000 price tag. I'm going to go 250,000. He's only on 750 a week, so he won't hit the what am I thinking of? The wage budget too much. Mackay Stevens wants to be playing in this next game. That's okay. Santos have rejected the offer for Victor Andrade. What did I put in? I put in a 500,000 bid for him. We'll leave that for now. Dallas, I put in a cheeky bid for Jesse Gonzalez, the keeper, of 75,000, and they have accepted it. So he wants, what does he want? I'll go offer him 1,000, 20% clean sheet, 5 years, and he's going to be a squad rotation player. Hopefully he accepts that contract. Leon have rejected the bid for Yassine Benzia. I put in a cheeky bid of 500,000 as well for Benzia, just because I wanted to see what would actually happen. But it's game day, first game of the season. I thought that was St Johnstone. I thought we were playing in this game. Unfortunately, the form for most players is low. But hopefully we can get off to a good start this season. Team looks okay. I think some of the players that we can bring in will help us out, but they may take a while to help us out, but it's something we can do. Can Mackay Stevens play anywhere else? He can play right mid, so I could move him to right mid and then have Gold in that. Can Gold play? Yes, Gold can play attacking mid left. Armstrong can play attacking mid left anywhere. Medium and medium. I'm looking at work rates now and seeing he's got high attacking, he's got high attacking. So I want my 2 wingers to be the high attacking, so that looks to be a pretty good formation. We've got Azogwe and Rankin in there as well. I don't want Oyinunga, I want another goalkeeper, so I have to have McCallum there. Right, let's get this first game on the way. Hopefully at home we can get a win. Looks like it's a 4-4-2 formation for St Johnstone. A couple of defenders it looked like in midfield, but Easton puts St Johnstone 1-0 up early doors. Not the greatest start. So it is going to be the defence that needs to be sorted, and I do need to look at bringing in a new goalkeeper. I think that could be one of the ways to go. And definitely look to try and sort out the defence. But Gold makes it 1-1. Fallon makes it 2-1. Hasselbank missed a penalty as well. Can we get a late equaliser and salvage a point? No, we can't. The game ends 2-1 to St Johnstone. And we have a couple of offices. Transfer offer for John Stuar. Centre back, he's 16 and rated 61. Bayern Munich have offered 400,000. I'm going to counter that and offer and ask for $1 million. Only because if I can get $1 million for him, it allows me to have more transfer funds available to strengthen the whole squad. So that's my only thought behind doing that. Newcastle have accepted the offer for Adam Campbell, so let's go and offer him a contract. I'm going to give him a 20% 5-year deal, and he's going to be an important first team player. Get him some game time, get him playing games, get his rating up as soon as we can. Hopefully he accepts that. So, let's have the first one. Bayern have said no to the offer for John Stutar. Plymouth have said no, 250,000 for Tyler Harvey. We'll leave that one on the back burner for now. Colo have accepted the 250,000 for Hardy Cavero. Clean sheet bonus, 5 years, and we'll make him a squad rotation player. I don't want to give him some game time. I know he's going to have a pretty low rating, but we'll leave it for now as I can sort it out later. We'll leave trying to sign the other centre back from Forest for the time being. We'll see what happens with these other players who are looking to come in. Ruben Blanco was potentially the keeper I was going to look to sign. So what have they? So diving is okay, kicking is poor, handling is okay, reflexes and positioning both okay, jumping, strength and stamina let him down, but they'll come with age. We go to approach to buy. They've said 825,000. I think we can potentially look to get better. There is a keeper on the transfer list, the one that we had at I think it was Wimbledon. We had him, Ua Alathabal Paredes, who is a 66 overall and gets to mid-70s, doesn't he? I'm sure he's mid-60s and gets to mid-70s, so we could look to pick him up. But we've also got Jesse Gonzalez, who's hopefully, and there we go, he has signed that contract. Let's get him in. Like I said, he's not rated that much. I think he's 55, 56 at the moment, but he gets to an 81 and he's only 16, so that's not too bad. Yeah, 56 right now, and he gets in the 80s, so that's pretty good. Our keeper is currently a 64. We could look to get that Alathabal in for the time being and get rid of our keeper. But I'm sure there are other areas we could look to strengthen the squad. Let's have a look. So 61, 61, 60, 63, 63. So right back we've got a 62 and a 64. Left back we've got a 62. We really do need some more centre backs. I think we just need a good core to the team, and then once we've got that, I think we're going to be okay. I've got 1.2 million to spend, so let's leave that for the time being and see what else we get back. Obviously Adam Campbell, there we go, accepted the contract. Let's get him in. We've got 971,000 left to spend, 6 grand on wages. Adam Campbell has come in. What is he currently rated? He's rated 61. Oyanuga is one we could, I think, sell now, as we have Sifty as well, so we'll look to sell Oyanuga. I think that's the thing now, if we have... I felt my time has come to an end at this club. I need to move to a new club. I need to move in this window. Please make it happen, says Gary Mackay-Steven. Wow, that's a blow. I'm not going to put him up, and if anyone comes for him, they're going to have to pay more than he's actually worth. And 1.8 million he is worth, so hopefully we can get 2.5 million for him. Oyanunga recently joined the club, so let's see if we can get him out on loan. Graham is loaned out. Good Willie is in, so obviously we've got to make plans for not having him next season, which is why Campbell coming in is a good thing. We've got 31 players in the squad, so we have got room to bring some more in. We do, I think realistically it is the defence that needs to be sorted out. Jamal Lascelles, Hardy Carvera has accepted his contract, so let's get him in. He's young, he's bright, he's going to be playing some games for us, but not many. Ross Gilmore and Gary Mackay-Stevens we have transfer offers for. Cork City for Ross Gilmore, accept that, I'm not going to be too worried about that. Gary Mackay-Stevens, Southampton have offered 2.9 million, I can get up to 5 million for him, so I'm going to ask for 5 million. And see what Southampton say to that. Villa as well. Sad to see him go, but if I get 5 million, the board are going to give me what, 3.5 million for that, so that would allow me to go after some half decent players that we have seen. That could look to bring in Benzia for one. If not, we've got a few decent defenders we can bring in. We could look to go after Nathan Ake. He's definitely one we would look to bring in. There are a few others. We could strengthen a lot of areas in the team with that money. Who's just come in? It's Cavero. So I think now I should be looking to sell one of my central defenders. I've got some players for the future in there, but I've probably got too many central defenders now. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Dylan is on the transfer list. We can get rid of him. That leaves me with 5. 5 may still be too much, but they're all pretty young, which is a good thing. So we may be okay with that. Gilmore's had a contract, has had a transfer offer for him. Spark, I'm going to add him to the transfer list, as we've got Watson and Wilson for the time being. So I think we just need to wait and see what happens with Mackay-Stevens. Once he goes, it's then could be a good time for me to end the episode and have a look, see what players I could bring in with that money, and see what actually, where we can strengthen. Obviously a left mid is going to be one that needs to come in with Mackay-Steven playing on that left mid. I know we do have other players who can play there, so it's not that much of a worry, and we could look to strengthen the squad elsewhere. We may look to do that. May look to try and strengthen the defence and bring in a decent keeper, bring in some good defenders that look to strengthen the whole of the defence, and these 2 CDM areas that we've got. But we're going 0-0 in this game, so that's not too. We've made a couple of substitutions. Boyd scores a penalty, but Mackay-Stevens gets a goal and gives us a point in that game. Is that his last goal for the club? We'll have to see what happens in terms of, here we go, transfer offer. So Southampton have matched the 5 million, and they've said no, have Villa, so I'm just going to put 5.5 in. I don't want to accept anything less than that. Player sold, Ross Gilmore. However, The situation with Gary Mackay-Steven is far from ideal, therefore giving you the full authority whether we sell the player or not. Well, I'm selling him because it's going to be money into the club, and I want this deal done sooner rather than later because obviously I want more time to have a look. So they weren't willing to spend that, but he's gone to Southampton and the board have given me 4.2 million to spend, which, to be honest, is I'm pretty happy with that because it now allows me to go and look at some of these other players who we were looking at before. There's Victor Andrade, there's Yassine Benzi we could look to bring in if we want to try and strengthen up the front of the team. If you want to look to do the back of the team, there's obviously this guy Ruben Blanco. Going to bring him in. Nathan Ake was one as well. He's loan listed, so we could look to do a loan to buy with Chelsea. Clean sheet bonus, we'll give him 20%. Full season. I can't remember what Chelsea said. I think it was that 1.7. Inquiring their stated value 1.7. So I could just look to try and bring him in now. Jamal Lesquelles is another one. Lesquelles goes up to an 80, doesn't he? I think he goes. I'm sure he hits the 80s. But Nathan Ake, see, I'm sure he's already high 60s, and he gets to high 80s. We could get this Boris Tashi, I'm sure. Oh, Lopez. I'm sure this guy is actually quite. He's quite high up on Man City's thoughts and what we could do with him. So he is one that we could look to bring in. I'm just trying to remember. I'm sure when I looked at him before he was mid 60s and he goes to mid 80s. Whereas Tashi, I'm just having a quick think about Tashi when I put him on my list. He hits mid 80s as well. His contract's expiring in 11 months, so I think we can get him for say 750,000. He's on £3,000, which is that's pretty okay. Actually, one thing I want to do, and I didn't allude it before, is see where he can play. So he can just play cam, but the other players we've had who can play in that cam role can play left mid and right mid. So therefore, we are okay with that. Shrevers is another one we could look to bring in. Victor Andrade. Approach to buy. Yet to sign a long-term deal, isn't he? So that's why I put in a low bid for him. And there's Yassine Benzi. I would like to bring in one of these two. I really would. They both hit. I'm sure they both hit 85. He's on £5,000 a week. He's on £3,000 a week. So we'll go in. We'll put a £750,000 bid in for Andrade. I know it's between 1.3 and 1.9, but he's got less than a year on his contract. It's now these guys at the back. This Declan John, I want to bring him. I'm sure he hits 80 at least. We'll go 250,000 for him. I'm just trying to, while I'm showing you guys, trying to bring in some decent players at the club. I need a right back, I think. Ake, I think, should be brought into the club. Approach to buy. I'll go 1 million and bring him in. I really don't know what to do about a keeper. I really do want to try. The more I think about it, the more I see this guy, this Ruben Blanco, the more I do think I should be bringing him in. I know he's pretty young, but he's got. And I'll have 2 young keepers, and I could sell my keeper that we've currently got. Sporadic first team player. We'll go 500,000 and see what we can do with him. I think that's going to be. I'm going to move forward just a couple of days. Right. Santos rejected the offer. They believe he's worth more. Man City have accepted the offer for Lopez. Cardiff have rejected the offer for Declan John. Chelsea have have accepted. Wow, I thought they'd reject that. Celta Vigo, 625 for Blanco. So, right, let's have a quick sort out of this team. Ake, clean sheet. I want that. 5-year, and you are going to be a crucial first team player. I can guarantee he is going to be a crucial first team player. Man City have accepted this offer for Lopez, 3,000. Give him a 15% goal bonus, 5-year deal, and you are going to be an important first team player. So that's 1.75 million spent and 9 grand on wages. Celta Vigo for Ruben Blanco. I'll go 600,000. So 600, that's 2.3 million spent, which leaves me with about 2 million. Wages could be the only issue, but we have a transfer offer for John Rankin. Charlton, CDM is 30. Next, the other place I want to look at is the CDM. We have 25 grand wages available, and I've spent 9 plus a bit for Blanco, so I've spent about 13,000. So I think I've got around 2 million to spend. We'll have brought in a central defender, a attacking midfielder. Rankin has gone, which is good. Celta Vigo, Lopez, both declined. Alright, first of all, let's have a look and get this. Dundee United, motivate my team. I wanted to try and have these guys in. What did he want? I ideally don't want to relocate up to Glasgow. Okay, well, we'll relocate. I know we're not in Glasgow. An important first team player. I've given him an extra grand a week. Ake, I don't want to relocate. I'll give you 7,500 a week, 5 years, and you're going to be a crucial first team player. Celta Vigo want 625,000, so I'm not going to fart around. I'm going to give them the 625,000 that they desire for their player. And player sold, Rankin has been sold, which we know about. Right, let's see. Hopefully we hear something back before transfer deadline day. Celta Vigo, Blanco has accepted. So he wants that amount of money. I'm going to give him 20%, 5 years, and he's going to be an important first team player. Ake has declined a contract. Surprise, surprise. We'll give him 8 grand a week, 5 years, crucial first team player. Lopez as well, 5 grand a week, 5-year deal, important first team player. Well guys, I will call it a day there. It gives me enough time to have a look for some other players, potentially bring in a new CDM, see what I can do. Actually, there is one thing. My shortlist, the offer for Declan John was too low, wasn't it? So let's look to go a bit higher. Let's go 300,000 for him. See what Cardiff say to that. But yeah, we'll leave it there, and I'll be back with you in the next episode, where I will hopefully have some more. We'll get transfer deadline deals, and hopefully we'll have a load of new signings coming. And I think we're looking at probably about 5 new signings coming into the club. Hopefully, there are some other players who I do want to scout around and have a look and see who I can bring in. A CDM, I think if I can bring in a top quality CDM who's pretty young, that would help me out for now. So yeah, with all those players coming in, we're going to be left with about 2 million still to spend. So we should be able to bring in a couple of decent players for that. And we've still got, after all these guys have come in, say these 3 guys that come in spend 15 grand on the wages, we're still left with 10,000 wages. So that'd be, say, 2 players, 1 million each, and 5 grand a week each on wages. We should be able to pick up a couple of half decent players for that, I'm fairly certain. And guys, I will leave it there, and I'll catch you all next time. Thanks for watching. Cheers.